Hello YouTube, thanks for watching, and Edward here. And so in this video I want to talk about something I've never really spoken about on my channel, but something that's very true to what I've been doing in terms of what's been working for me and how I've been able to really generate quite a lot of success in this industry over the years. And to be honest, a lot of what this is that I'm going to let you guys know about is something that I've been doing perhaps in some ways subconsciously without realizing it, and now it's just become so obvious to me that I've really started to crank things up, and I found that it really does work beautifully. I mean it works every time. Okay, and I'm going to share this. My YouTube channel is all about sharing what is working. I'm all about stats, I'm all about numbers, I'm all about systems. At the end of the day, what it all boils down to is I just simply share what works, and I give out some set of tools. I give out whatever systems work. But one of the reasons why I haven't really shared this out is because it's not really so easy to prove, and obviously in this industry there's a lot of people who are kind of obviously skeptical, and that's great because we're all skeptical. So it's not it hasn't been so easy to sort of think about how I could sort of present this to you guys so that you'd understand it, or but I think that now is probably a better time than there's ever been to share this with you guys. Because I know a lot of people are actually following these strategies anyway, and I know that these strategies are working for a lot of you. Okay, and not only in this industry, but I see it literally all over the world. It really is starting to work. A lot of people are really waking up to this, and what it really boils down to. And recently I got a book. In fact, yesterday I got the book, which is called The Secret. Okay, now this is a new book to me. However, I did have the audio for several years, and I'd listened to that many times. I also watched the movie of that, which is fantastic. Some of my greatest speakers are featured in this book, like Bob Proctor, and I've been following Rhonda on her YouTube channel and following what she does for a long time. So, but anyway, even prior to that, The Secret. Okay, that's what this book is called, The Secret. Okay, and the secret is, it's not just, I'm not just going to talk about the secret, I'm going to talk about the secret, meaning, I think a lot of us already know the secret, or what it is. I'm not talking about the book here, I'm just talking about the fact that people already know what the content is. Whether subconsciously or without realizing it, certainly a lot of successful people, anyone who's had success, I would definitely say that they've been following these principles, okay, and not just what you hear and what you read in this book, The Secret. A lot of people are talking about it. I mean, I follow a lot of people who are really talking about this in great detail. Now, anyway, so what's this all about? What is The Secret? Okay, so for those of you who don't know what the secret is, it's really, in a nutshell, and guys, I'm not an expert in this area, but it's definitely an area that's working for me. And you don't have to be an expert in order to do this, but it's just understanding how we are communicating with ourselves, how we are, going about our day in a positive way, how we are using, for example, affirmations. And actually, this book is not really talking about meditation as such. In fact, that Rhonda doesn't purposely talk about meditation because she knows that people around the world were not going to necessarily be willing to meditate. However, a lot of people do, in fact, meditate. And I think, as I mentioned earlier in this video, people around the world are, in fact, waking up to what, ancient gurus and yogis and all this mysticism, what all these leaders were talking about for years and years. And even science is starting to wake up to this. We listen to people like Dr. Joe Dispenza, who really communicates this in a really, really easy way through science, because science is a common language. People understand it because it's more factual, it's more believable. It doesn't divide people like religions tend to. Okay, and that's what I like about it. That's why I was able to really wake up to this, because really Dr. Joe Dispenza has helped me to wake up to what we really are thinking. I mean, even people like Anthony Robbins, in a way, he's talking about this as well. I mean, he was always into, NLP and understanding the mind and the potential and everything. And that's really what we're talking about. Positive mental attitude, whether you go as far as to talk about meditation, or whether you talk about affirmations, or how you're communicating with yourself, how you're giving yourself positive thoughts. Because guys, whether you believe this or not, this is not a question of belief. Whether you believe it or not is irrelevant. The fact of the matter is, if you're always telling yourself negative things throughout your day, and trust me, as Dr. Joe Dispenza always says, we are always, our future is for most people, our future is basically what's going on what's been going on in our past. So every single thought that we have in our day-to-day basis is really, are pretty much the same thoughts as we had the day before. And every time from the moment we wake up, we check our cell phones, and we're immediately back into that old program of our self-belief, putting ourselves down, and how we communicate with ourselves in a negative way. We don't even realize it. And sure, a lot of people do give ourselves positive attitudes. We go to an event, we get excited, we listen to positive motivational videos, we read great books. But then, we put the book down, and all of a sudden, literally 5 minutes later, without realizing it, we're back to our old self. If you can keep yourself in that elevated emotion, okay, not only giving yourself positive mental attitude and reading great books, but also giving you that feeling, that real feeling of that you see the success even before it happens. Giving yourself positive mental attitude, but giving yourself positive affirmations, and then giving you that true feeling that it's really happening, then certainly things can start to change. But it doesn't happen overnight. In fact, most of the things, whether you know it's actually changing or not, it probably is changing, but you're not really realizing it because you're not having enough validation. But after a while, it's just going to get a lot easier. So, I just want to say that actually, what's happened with me with Live Good has been an absolute blessing. But it's not just been centered around Live Good. Pretty much everything that I've gotten into, that I've been excited about, but I'm passionate about, has actually worked for me, with actually considerable little effort. Rhonda talks about in the book, in order to get success, we really have to be effortless. And honestly, I when I think back, I really have been effortless. And people say, half the time what I'm doing, they seem to think that I'm absolutely, when do I get to sleep? People ask me, when do you sleep? Or people ask me, well, actually, guys, I get a very good night's sleep. Trust me, I switch off my phone at about 8 o'clock in the evening. And most people, most of the time, there are times when I might go on a bit, but most of the time I will switch my phone off. I won't even check my phone. And, I will spend the rest of the evening, like an hour or so, just really winding down. I'll wake up early, but I won't switch my phone on for a couple of hours after I've woken up, because I've got some, routines to do. I've got some mental thoughts to really clear. I want to stay in that elevated emotion. I don't want to get out of bed and all of a sudden I'm thinking about my stresses and my pressures and everything like that. I want to get out of bed and I want to think about, good things and what I'm blessed and how I'm blessed and all the good things. So guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to preach to you, all this religious and spiritual stuff to you. But guys, I'm just all about, my YouTube channel is all about what works. Okay. And this works. So guys, I'm not going to change this. This is just true, bliss, and this is fantastic. What's going on here? So, I've been very lucky, in the Live Good business, but prior to Live Good and going on in the background, the platforms that I'm involved in, such as Leeds Leap and Warrior Plus, and there are some, several passive income earning opportunities that just carry on in the background, and they're just fabulous, and they're just going amazingly. Excuse me. So I have so much to be grateful for, and I just want to stay in that space of being grateful. And by simply remaining in that space of being grateful, it's just getting better and better. It just doesn't stop. And I want to start talking about this on my YouTube channel, because the more people that come to me and ask me, what platform are you using? Because every single day I get people asking me, what platform are you using? And they ask me, what traffic system do you recommend? What marketing system do you recommend? And the truth is, guys, I'm actually slightly moving away from that kind of thing, because as I say, I'm focused on what works. And those things do work, yes, and use them. Absolutely use them. But my focus now is don't struggle with this. Obviously it's important to take action, and action is a real thing. You have to take action. But don't take action, if you're in the wrong mindset. Okay, you need to take action by being in the right mindset in the beginning, knowing that this works, and understanding. So give you an example. When I wake up, yes, I have days where I feel a bit down, and my whole mind feels heavy, and and I'm thinking, and usually on those days, I can't get anything right. Things are bad, things are not going well. I get those days. But sometimes, I'll just wake up, and all of a sudden, out of excitement, I just shoot off a post, and I'm just thinking to myself, where did that come from? Where did I find the words to write that post? What happened? I just shot the post off, and it took literally minutes. And I threw out a blog post, and it was a great blog post, or I uploaded a video, and it turned out, and it got loads and loads of hits and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that, this is going to happen to you overnight. You've got to build up to that point, but you've got to see yourself as already being successful in that area before it's going to happen. I know it sounds contradictory. I know it sounds, come on, that's just not going to work. People say that they want to be able to see the success in order to feel what it's like to be successful. But that's actually not the way it works. You have to feel the success and put yourself in that presence of feeling gratitude for that success, feeling what it's like, visualizing. That's why a lot of people nowadays are really doing a lot of meditation. And if you're laughing about that, if you think that meditation is a crazy thing to do, think again, because trust me, a lot of people are starting to meditate. Why? Because they see it's working. And at the end of the day, if it works, why laugh about it? Go ahead, laugh all you like. But guys, I highly recommend meditate, give yourself good positive affirmations, live your day in as if you really already have found that incredible success. Feel what it feels like just to have already achieved that success. Okay, and give yourself steps. Don't suddenly think, oh, what it feels like to have a Ferrari or something like that when you're only just getting started. Just give yourself opportunities to be able to feel what it's like just to get to that next step. So if you're just starting out and you're starting up a YouTube channel, for example, just feel what it's like just to have 1,000 subscribers. Okay, I guarantee you could easily have 1,000 subscribers within weeks. Okay, certainly within months. Okay, especially if you keep yourself positive and you think about the value and but just set yourself reachable goals. Don't sell yourself short, but reachable goals, and just feel what it's like, what it would be like just to have that, and just focus on the fact that it's already happened. And you're already there. You already have achieved that success. But I will highly recommend, because a lot of people, surprisingly, I posted this yesterday on my Facebook timeline. A lot of people have read this book. So I would assume that those people who have read the book are already having a certain amount of success. Because if they're not, they need to read it again. Absolutely, because this stuff really, really works. And yes, we shouldn't be reading it once or twice. We should be digging into this book like as if it's a Bible, read it over and over again, and definitely it works. So don't take my word for it. Grab your copy of that book right now, The Secret, and make sure that you really dive in and follow these tips. Okay, do it wholeheartedly. Get really into it. And I trust you, it'll work. Anyway, let me just share with you guys, what I'm so blessed about. For me, I have, with this company in 7 months, less than 7 months, about six and a half months that since I joined this company, I have earned over $50,000. excuse me, $50,000. Okay, this is a copying and pasting the out of the back office of Live Good, and today was a great. My monthly check for today was almost 7,000. Plus, I got my weekly check, so well over 7,500, which is good, just for today. And so let me just show you here. If I just select this row here, as you see down here, it's just over $50,000 that I've earned. That's in just over 6 months, okay, or just under 6.5 months. $50,000, guys. And if that's not a miracle, I don't know what is. For me, that is a miracle. Okay, I mean, everyone's got their own expectations or whatever, but for me, to join a company, I've never done that before. That's never happened. And it's not just Live Good. There are other great things going on in the background, and I'm so blessed. So I know for a fact the reason why that's happening is because of my mindset. It's because of what I'm doing. So guys, I just want to share out what works on this YouTube channel. That's why I'm making this video, but I don't want to sound or come across as being all kind of spiritual or whatever. But if that's the case, so be it. I am spiritual. That's truthfully, who I am. I am a spiritual person. And I will share that, because I want to share what works on my YouTube channel. I'm number 5 on the leaderboard. I've got almost literally 59,000 people in my team, almost 60,000 people in my team. So guys, I want you on board. I want to work with you. But if you're looking for some kind of push button system, I don't believe there has ever been that. I've never really promoted in that way. Yes, we've got marketing systems, we've got funnels. I've got done for you funnels. I've got tools and everything. Excuse me. But the best tool I've got for you today, and honestly, I think it's the best tool that I've ever shared, and that is The Secret. Okay, I'm not just talking about this book. Yes, this book is a fantastic tool, but The Secret. Okay, what this book is talking about. Everything that you see in here, like what Bob Proctor talks about, what Rhonda talks about, and what the rest of them talk about, it's great. It's incredible information. Get the book, read it over and over, cover to cover, again and again, and practice and follow the tips and what's been written in The Secret, and go for it. So I guarantee your life will change if you really go for it. All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and. I realize that this video is a bit different from what I've shared before, but this is what's working for me, so that's why I'm sharing this. At the end of the day, I'm going to share what works, and that's the way it is. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next training, and thanks and bye for now.